Why is it on Yahoo?
Don't mind my overgrown, ugly hair. It just doesn't sit where I want it anymore. What's up, guys? It's me, obviously, and I am making a high school advice video because, if you don't know, I graduated from high school in May. I feel like some people have asked for, advice before, so I decided to make a video. I'm gonna say things like in the intro, and then freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, so advice for each grade level. But I feel like it's smart to watch the whole video, completely up to you, but personally I would watch the whole video because you kind of get advice for all of it. You get a feel, and there's certain things I say in certain grade levels that would apply to other ones. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Skip to your grade levels because I'm gonna do the bookmark. Really? He's literally pooping. He meows when he poops. There's nothing wrong with him. He just meows when he poops. And it's gonna stink. Because I want to start off by saying if you know, didn't go to high school. Nobody cares when I'm filming. Third time's the charm. Okay. I didn't go to... If you know, I didn't go to school my freshman year. I was homeschooled. Don't ask me why. People always ask me why. I have said it 15 million times. To summarize, I messed up, so I got homeschooled. Okay? So I wouldn't say I have sage advice for freshmen, but I was a sophomore. I had no high school experience my sophomore year. And because I didn't go my sophomore year and then COVID hit, I only got a year and a half of high school. In high school, I was only at school for a year and a half. So out of 4 years, I only went for a year and a half. But I promise you can trust me. So this is overall for all 4 years, all of you that are watching. So let's just get into it. We're going to start. This is the intro of it. This applies to all 4 years if you want to hear it. If not, you can go to your grade level. But I want to start off by saying, don't be pressured into things. I was easily influenced for a really long time up until my senior year, which I wasn't even in school. But I was pressured into a lot of things, and it just doesn't feel good, and it's an ugly feeling, and being pressured to do things that you don't want to do is not a good feel. So, and I don't want you to regret it and feel shitty the next day. So, just don't do anything that you don't want to do, like drinking, smoking, sexual acts with anybody. Of course, it's your prerogative, but just don't be pressured into it. Always make sure you have a syllabus. That sounds really stupid, but I promise it'll go over things and they'll be like, well, did you read the syllabus? And you'll be like, no, because who reads the syllabus? Yeah, that's happened to me so many times. They're like, well, did you read the syllabus? In the beginning of the year, because you don't know what you're doing in the class, new class. You don't know what you're doing. So, read the syllabus over, at least give it a skim read, any projects, anything you might need for the class, because then you're going to show up the next day when they're setting up their notebooks and you're not going to have your notebook if they didn't provide you with one. So, read the syllabus, okay? Have great time management. I personally stall and I procrastinate. I procrastinate a lot more now than I did in high school, which isn't a good thing because in college you should, get it together because you're an adult. I just procrastinate more because we don't have Zoom meetings. Regardless, in high school you need time management. You need to make assignments and projects top priority, because 1 second it's Monday and then Friday the project is due and you haven't even started and you have to stay up till 3 a.m. and then you're tired the next day when you have to present. I've had that happen to me so many times because I stall projects, and especially presenting. So like I was saying, time management, it will help you so much if you just get your assignments done. Of course, that's not the same for everybody. Most of the time, I did have my assignments done either the day it was due or the day after, or it was right before. Either one. It was either done on time or if it was about to be late. But don't do that. You just stress yourself out and then you're dreading it. So, time management, you get it done whether you have an assignment that's due Thursday for a different class that you love, and you have an assignment for math that you hate that's due the next day. Just do the math one, because then it's going to be late, and then you're not going to do it, and then it gets stuck at the bottom of your backpack, and you never see it again. Okay, now freshmen. I'll start off by saying don't go spending a bunch of money on school supplies. 99% of the time you don't need it. 99% of the time you aren't going to need those cutie erasers. You need some pencils, some highlighters, and maybe buy a composition book, because 90% of the time, even when I was homeschooled, they assigned me like composition books so that you can like notebook, because you're still going to color, you're still going to cut, you're still going to glue, especially if you're in science, biology, and geology. You're going to be cutting and gluing and coloring a lot. And the color pencils that they have there, they're just like the stumps that they find on the floor, and you sharpen them. I stopped caring by my junior year about school supplies, so I didn't really bother buying anything, and I always had to use what was there, and sometimes you wouldn't have a color and you would regret not having your own colored pencil. I want to make this very clear. This is for all 4 years. If you're watching this sophomore, junior, senior, you don't need a significant other. You don't. Boyfriend, girlfriend, partner. You aren't going to need one. It is not top priority. Half the time, they are a distraction. You end up ditching classes. You get caught making out, and some schools are really strict about that. It can just be a mess, and they distract you after school. They distract you before school. You're late to class. Trust me, it's not top priority. If you date someone cool, you're in high school, you're allowed to date somebody. I'm not saying don't date anybody, but don't let them get in the way of everything, because 90% of the time, it's not going to be worth it. And trust me, my sophomore year, when I first got there, I thought it was top priority, and I was with my fair share of people, and then I was with my girlfriend, and then we broke up, and now I'm with my current girlfriend. So, like, those other 3 relationships that I had they were drama, waste of my time, just caused me heartbreak, and I thought it was the end of the world. I'm over it. You're going to get over it if you get heartbroken, but I promise you, you don't need to go finding a relationship and, break your bones looking for somebody. I promise. Freshmen, you are going to make friends. Even if your other friends from 8th grade went to a different high school, you're going to make friends. I promise. Like, I literally made my friends in PE, and then she introduced me to other people on the first day. So you're going to make friends. I promise. And even try to make friends. Like, go sit with somebody that is by themselves too, or talk to somebody that looks, nervous in class or something, because that's how I met people. Is like, I would talk to people and be like, hey, what's going on, like blah blah blah, and then you go from there. You know what I mean? So I promise you'll make friends. And freshman year is getting the layout, figuring out what high school is, how the schedule works, what time this is and what time that is, and where the classes are. And by sophomore year, you should be good. I didn't get that, and because I was so absorbed with relationships, and then I was with my friends, and then my friends didn't want to talk to me, it was a whole mess, and I made that mess for myself, and it's just not something that anybody wants to go through, like being by themselves at some point, because I was by myself for like a whole month, because I just shit on everybody, and then nobody wanted to talk to me. It was horrible, and it also happened my junior year, because I let a relationship run my life, and it just wasn't pretty. Find your best friend, meet a group of friends. But moving on from personal, grades matter this year. Everybody always thinks that grades don't matter freshman year, but colleges look at your GPA as a whole from the 4 years of high school. So try this year too. You still have to try. Okay, last thing, because this is something that, it didn't bother me, but I noticed it bothered other people. They've made it a thing in high school for upperclassmen to say boo to freshmen. I don't know why. I don't know why it's a thing, who came up with it, but everybody always boos the freshmen that, like, in a pep rally or somewhere or on a team, like soccer or something, and freshmen are playing, if your school does that, they boo them. And I sincerely don't get why, but don't take it personally. They do it to every grade level, and then even the sophomores that were just freshmen in the first pep rally are booing the freshmen because they can. I don't get it, but don't take it personal. Don't cry about it. They're just doing it. Okay, sophomores, it is your time. Okay, this year is not that bad. Like I said, this year really isn't that bad. This is the year you're over being a freshman. You know the school. You know how everything works. You can start joining some clubs. This year is really chill because it's not freshman year and it's not junior year or senior year. We have to start applying to colleges and stuff. This year's really chill. It's just in the middle. You can make time for friends, more social life. Obviously, you can freshman in the other years, but you know what I mean. This year's really chill, and you can join some more clubs, take some more electives, and just have fun this year, honestly. This is also the year where things get a little more, like, intimate with people because you know more people. Just like I said with freshmen, don't let it run your life either. Like I said, anybody can have a significant other, but it's also not top priority this year either. It's not top priority at all, and you're not going to regret waiting till the last like year or so or 2 years to find a significant other. Because otherwise, sometimes it's just a waste of time. I honestly regret some of my relationships, and they just ran my life for no reason, and I hated it, and I regret it to this day. The only relationship that I don't regret is Kaylee, my current girlfriend, because we're still together. It's been 1.5 years, because, you know, I was alone for a year or so before we ended up talking. So you just need time for yourself and figuring yourself out, and this year's really for that too. And you just don't want to get caught up in drama. I got caught up in drama. I put myself in drama for no reason. Half the time it's because I was friends with this person, and so I was dragged into this drama. It was a whole mess, and you look back and you're like, that was freaking stupid. Like, we were literally children, which you are, which is okay. But still. Majority, there is no rush to do anything in high school. Just take your time and have fun and join some clubs, make a bunch of friends, go to the dances, please, the basketball games, the soccer games, just to hang out with people if you're not even watching. Because I went to one football game, and that's the only event I went to. And a senior sunset in COVID, and I just hung out with my girlfriend. I didn't even have any friends that were there. That's the only 2 things I went to, and I regret it. I didn't go to any dances. I didn't get prom, and it was just, I regret it. And you're going to regret it if you're like, oh my God, that's so stupid. Like, I would have loved to have gone to a dance now that I look back at it. It maybe probably was really stupid dance. Maybe it was, but I, to this day, still regret not going. All right, juniors, I know you're probably nervous, and everybody tells you this is the worst year, but you're going to be okay. Everybody's going to start talking about the SATs. Personally, I didn't take it because I wasn't interested in going into a 4-year because I already knew I was going to take community college, so I didn't have to deal with any of that that college stuff, so it wasn't really top priority for me to take the SAT to go to AP classes. I did take 2 AP classes my junior year, and on top of my junior year, it was a lot because they're really hard on you this year for some reason. I promise you're going to be okay, but it's just like you're very overwhelmed, you're exhausted, you're talking about college, you're taking huge tests, maybe you're in AP classes. AP classes are a bitch. No. I actually started taking community college this year. I only took, I think, 1 class, but it was still like a feel of what college is like online. Just start studying for the SAT. Okay, so this is the year that everybody's like growing up. You're 16 or 17, depending on when you were born. People are starting to drive. There's more parties. There's more hangouts. You're older. You can do more things, which is fine. Just be safe and make sure you always have a ride to and from, because you could be stuck there and your parents don't know you're there. Maybe you're doing something wrong. I don't know. I personally never did that because I didn't go anywhere because I didn't have friends. And if I did go somewhere, my mom drove me. Besides the point. So, just make sure you always have a ride and be safe, and make sure you aren't with sketchy people that you don't know and you're meeting them for the first time and you're drinking or something like that. It just can really end up bad. So just be careful. And overall, just get your work done. You got this. This seems like the worst year ever. Everything's falling apart. You're going to be a senior soon. You're scared. I promise you're going to be okay. Get it on. Get your work in time, because teachers are harder the higher up you go. All right, seniors, you did it. You got there. Let's talk about the senior year, which I'm sure some of you have a feel of and you're kind of scared. Okay, you're almost done, but not just yet, so don't give up. Please don't give up, because so many people give up their senior year and think like, I'm done, I'm going to graduate. They could still hold you back. Whether you believe it or not, they could still hold you back. So still do your work, still take your tests, still go to school. There is something called senioritis, and it is actually a thing. I kind of didn't suffer from it because I was at home, so I guess it was kind of harder. But I have seen people like slack off because it's their senior year and they're like, whatever, I'm gonna graduate anyways. No, you're not just gonna graduate from not doing anything all year. So still do your work, still try hard, start applying to colleges. But it does cost money to apply to colleges, so not everybody can just apply to a million colleges, like 30 of them, because not everybody has the same amount of money as so-and-so. So just apply to your top ones, and make sure you have a backup plan, because you might have set in stone that you're going to go to this school, you're going to get accepted. They can easily take away your acceptance if you stop trying, if you do something wrong, or you don't get accepted and everything just goes to crap and you have no backup plan, you have nothing to lean back on. So just make sure you have something to lean back on this year, because it can just leave you standing there like, what do I do now? Because nobody else is guiding you. And at the end of the day, you're only there for yourself. Your parents aren't going to do it for you. Your teachers aren't going to do it for you. You can go to a counselor if that your school provides them. If not, I suggest reaching out to somebody who knows about that. Colleges are still looking at your grades no matter what. They're going to send mid-year and then your end-of-the-year transcripts, like four-year colleges. They're going to look at that. Find the motivation to keep going, because you're going to graduate and you're going to be done and you're going to go to college or not, whatever you choose. But you're going to be done, and you're going to be done with all of this crap, and you're done. So just get through it, and that can be your motivation. That was kind of my motivation, because I started slacking like towards the end of the year, and then I was like, you know what, I'm almost done. I got to get my work done. I got to do it, whether my teacher cares or not. I'm going to care. So just, you're going to graduate. So go, keep going. Don't give up. I promise. You won't regret it. And once you're graduated, you can sleep all you want. If you can, you can go out more. You have nothing holding you back. You're a graduated high schooler, and you did it, and you finished. So just keep going, and like I said, find that motivation. And once you're done, you can sleep. I be sleeping until like 11:30, which is not good, because I go to bed at like 4, but 4 or 5 depending. But like I said, you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning for school anymore. And honestly, whether you want to admit it or not, graduating high school can be very like upsetting. Like, it was upsetting for me. I didn't even have that many friends, and I still cared when I graduated, because like I was like, oh my god, like this is happening. Like, I'm not like some kid in high school anymore. Like, I'm literally a high school graduate. I'm gonna be an adult in a month. Like, it's insane, and it's honestly upsetting. So just enjoy the last little bit you have of being this kid in high school, because after that you just have responsibilities. You have college, you are gonna be driving, you are maybe gonna get a job. There's so many things can happen after you graduate. So just cherish this little bit of like childhood you have left. I just want to say to everybody, like all 4 years, if you're listening still, it's really upsetting that I didn't get a senior year. I'm not gonna complain and sit here and like poor me, but just not being able to do anything or get that senior experience that you get with like senior ditch day and stuff like that, it sucks. So just participate in it. So what I'm trying to say is, please don't take your senior year for granted, and if you have the opportunity to do certain things, please go do them, because a lot of people these past 2 years haven't been able to do the things that you probably can this year. So please just don't take it for granted. And I hope you all have a great high school year this year. And be safe. Yeah, that is all the advice I have for you. I'm maybe gonna do a video, like post on my Instagram, so go follow my Instagram. Go do it. It's right here. Go follow my Instagram. I have an Instagram. So many people have asked me for it. It's here. Here it is. I'm gonna keep it on screen this whole time. And you can ask me like specific questions if you do want to see a video like that. Specific questions of how, like, what you do when blah blah blah. Like, you can ask me on Instagram. I'll do that at some point if enough people comment down below they want to see one of those videos. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and follow my Instagram. Here it is again. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.